You know,
All right,
we talk
Grace.
about terrain too. Another
Hmm.
hack like people don't think about is actually our sinuses. This is a big reason actually why people just can't get their gut better. So one of my hacks I'll share more in the class, but it's using nasal sealink. It's a neuropeptide. All neuropeptides are also antimicrobial, and it heals not only the brain. Like how many people have had CTBI or head injuries? I had a bike accident one and hit my head. And then they have different mood issues, you know. And sea lion
Yeah,
in animal studies is shown to improve gastric and duodenal ulcers. So anything that heals our brain and BDNF, which is
yeah.
brain derived growth factors, will heal the gut. And that's why I just love peptides. And then I'll throw in a little KPV peptide into the nasal. See, like we're getting huge improvements of our resurrection of terrain in the sinuses, but it's also interfacing with the brain. And sometimes I'll throw
Beautiful.
in a little epitalin. Yeah, like three peptides, all nasal. We're healing the gut and the brain simultaneously, the
Ooh,
vagal
I want
nerve.
that
Yeah.
nasal stack, Grace. I've taken some of those, but like having all three, are they all three in one
Yeah.
spray or they're separate?
Well, I have people purchase it from our special research lab. It's called Limitless Nootropics, and we combine them. I show them how to combine the KPV into that nasal, and then we combine some epitalin as well. But we also do injections of all of them as well. But nasal is a special terrain, and we
Yeah.
this filters mold, you know, and all kinds of viruses, and as well as bacterial like strep and staph. And these affect people. Like those with strep and staph on gut testing, I always see that they are anxious as fuck.
Hmm.
Even on the outside, they may seem calm, but they got this like akathisia, like a little rat running around inside them. And this affects their gut. Their vagal nerve just can't calm the fuck down. And then their gut has this hypervigilance, this like, you know, like, and so this affects gut healing and all their, you know, chronic things that they're dealing with, and also low HRV. So it's like, it is an anabolic stack. It's a mojo stack because we're healing simultaneously things that are really difficult to heal. Yeah, so I'm really grateful for these peptides. Like they just shift so much. And KPV, it's shown to lower staph and strep. So we're getting Marcons. It also is anti-mold and antifungal. So we're getting it right in the sinuses because every night as we lay down, we have a little bit of regurg, and our postnasal drip comes down or throughout the day for a lot of people with histamine issues. That's why Bifida maximus is so great because it's histamine free. But a lot of people deal with silent mold, and this is why people are fat or they can't, they're hard gainer and they can't put the muscle on, you know, without all these other extra tools, you know, or they're like having these unending kind of behaviors, addictive behaviors. It's just their gut, you know, and
Hmm.
different toxins that get stuck in there. You know, in this day and age, like if I go into an Uber, like 90% of them have endocrine disrupting deodorants in the car. I fucking hate it because we know endocrine disruptors are terrible for your whole like hormone system. They make you fat, they make you inflame, they are going to cause cancer eventually, and just, you know, make you the opposite gender. You know, they're estrogenic for men, they're super high, you know, they create estrogen dominance for women, which switches over to high testosterone and PCOS. So yeah, like we're just inundated with these like you know, unrelenting chemicals in our food, air, water, everywhere. So it's good we have these tools, and they help us to be healthier, more anabolic where we need to be, um, and they're just great tools, I think, to help us get there.
Yeah, we have abundant tools at our disposal. And with the right practitioner, my motto is that in this day and age, as you get older, you should be getting healthier and stronger with each year you age because we have the ability to buy the best probiotics on the market. We have the ability to go buy high quality organic food. We have access to things like peptides. We have access to physical fitness. We have access to everything we need and the education that's available to people now. So we should be in an era where if you really want to be, every year you get biologically older. It's my contrarian opinion that you actually get physically younger just based on the more knowledge you're acquiring and the more tools that you're putting into your regimen and the more healthy things you bring into your stack, I think, the whole like reverse aging thing is totally possible and doable. Like at my age, at 46, I have the best lab results I've ever had in my life. I have the best body composition I've ever had in my life. I get the best sleep. And that's just from continuous learning and from being able to have access to all these amazing tools that help me figure it all out and make sure I'm doing it right. So the more people that we can enable to have similar experience, that's why we get up and work on Heads Up every day. And that's why you get up and do what you do at Gut Institute every day. So we can have a really
Absolutely.
positive
It's
impact.
so exactly. It's so rewarding. And these tools are accessible to everybody. There is a lot to tease out, right? There's also a lot of misinformation, I think, on, Dr. Google, Professor Google. But people are
Yeah.
able to find us, which is like amazing, I think. Yeah. Like I love functional medicine, but there are hurdles, I don't think the way they look at peptides or probiotics or the gut microbiome is necessarily aligned sometimes. So it's really cool to be able to like share the things that like really, really work in depth and protocols.
And then we'll help you measure. We'll help you measure it.
Yeah. It'll have a little alerts. That's cool. Yeah. And you did add the morning wood one, right?
That is a Grace Lou specific metric on the dashboard, specifically for the fellas out there. Yeah, Grace has requested the ability to track your morning boner index. So we built that feature in our software with love to Grace.
Awesome.
But it's true though, like you look at libido, like what is libido? Libido is making sure you're getting adequate sleep and making sure that your body is rested and recovered and that your body has the resources to actually devote to making those types of hormones in the body. So like, I know that as soon as I get my sleep dialed in, I'm eating healthy, I'm training, like when all you're doing, that's libido. So like, it's not a super complicated formula. And it's fun to see that you can improve those things. We've never tracked it. That's something we're going to leave to you, Grace, to track improvements in morning wood. But being serious for a second, like as soon as I get like 4 or 5 nights of great sleep, right, you just start to feel libido increase naturally. Your body is rested. You have the resources to devote to reproduction. You just feel it once you're like really in good shape.
Exactly. Right. I think I truly believe there's like 2 channels of life because I've been in both. When I was really ill, chronically ill with chronic fatigue, I didn't want to do anything. The last thing, if you don't have energy, the last thing you want to do is fuck, right? Like, so we have 2 channels, either fertile and really healthy and, long telomeres. And I really model the centenarians, the long-lived people in blue zones. They have high Akkermansia, they have high bifidobacteria, they have high bifidolactis and bifidolongum, and high, butyrate makers in their gut. They also have sex, even if they're 90 or 100 years old, and their adrenal glands are like robust. Yeah, like
I want to get on that
men
program.
and women. I know, and they have great relationships. There's actually studies showing like it's like the quality of our relationships. That's why, Dave, I'm so glad we've been friends for so long.
It's been a good run, Grace.
It's been almost 10 years, dude.
Yeah, for those who are listening, Grace and I met at PaleoFX. Now, this must have been like, sheesh, I don't know, like 2015 or 16, something like that, at PaleoFX.
Yeah.
And then we both lived in the Bay Area, so then we became buddies.
Yep, in the same field, shared the same stages. Yep. So
and we partied together too, Grace. Don't forget about that.
Oh yeah,
we partied together. You've taken my Kundalini class, so you're one of a few people who have actually seen me up on stage teaching Kundalini.